Welcome back to this special edition of 848 on Chicago Public Radio. I'm Steve Edwards, and today we're here in Pilsen for a special broadcast as we continue our coverage of the Chicago municipal elections. And over the course of the next couple of weeks, on Mondays on 848, we'll be out and about on the road in different communities, exploring not only the history and current culture of those communities, but how the issues that some Chicago neighborhoods are dealing with apply to the city as a whole. So over the course of our broadcast today, we'll bring you stories of the people, of the places, the history of Pilsen. We'll also have a live candidates forum with the various candidates running for the 25th Ward aldermanic seat. But first we want to show you around, so come along. Our tour of Pilsen begins right here on 18th Street, which is really the commercial and cultural heart of the neighborhood. And if you just look up and down this street, you can see a tremendous range of businesses. There are cafes and restaurants, taquerias, bodegas, boutiques, bakeries, furniture shops, you name it, up and down 18th Street. And if you talk to people in Pilsen and ask them about their neighborhood and its needs, you'll find the opinions are just as diverse as the businesses. I'm now sitting inside Cafe Jumping Bean here along 18th Street in Pilsen, one of the great spots in Pilsen and a real part of the neighborhood life here in this particular part of the neighborhood. And I'm here with Jose Landaverde, who is an Anglican minister. He's also one of the founders of Latino Union in Chicago. And Jose, you've been here in Pilsen now for about 10 years. What changes have you noticed during that time?
The changes that I have seen is that the neighborhood has been really gentrified. The Latino community is moving toward Little Village, toward back of the yard in South Chicago. And the politicians, they are not really thinking about to create an alternative and affordable housing here for Latinos and for, not just for Latinos, for everyone who will live in Pilsen, those who we are poor. And the crime in Pilsen also is still going on and is one of the concerns because, for example, from Ashland to Damon, yes, past 3 months, like 4 killings have been in that neighborhood.
My name is Susie Esquiliano.
Give one piece of advice to aldermanic candidates running. What would it be right now? What would you tell them?
Just get involved. The kids want to see it. Don't just say it on paper. Don't just say it as a promise. We need action now. That's it.
My name is Corina Pedraza Palominos, and I am the resource coordinator at Whittier Elementary School. As somebody who works at a school, I'm very concerned about public education and the access that low-income working families have to quality schools where their children don't have to face dilapidating buildings, peeling paint, buildings that are falling apart, basically, and also where children can access resources that'll lead them into a brighter future.
If you could ask the next alderman, whoever he or she may be, for the 25th Ward, to do one thing to improve the lives of people in Pilsen, what would you ask?
One thing is difficult, Steve. I think that one is that it's difficult to have Pilsen residents live in Pilsen when you're paying rent that's $800, $900, $1,000 a month. I think it's extremely difficult to have kids live in a condition where there's 2 families that split 2-bedroom and you have schools that are closing because these residents are being pushed out. But for example, at Whittier, where the school community is thriving and the parents and the students are committed, we have a school building that has no school library, where the gym doubles or triples as the auditorium, as the storage room, as the conditions for children to grow. And so I would ask the aldermen to really, really consider getting this vacant lot that we have behind Whittier School, which is the police station at 23rd and Damon. I would strongly urge them to consider that empty lot for an expansion for Whittier School.
My name is Jose Luis Avalos, and I lived in Pilsen for 6 years.
During that time, what changes have you noticed in this neighborhood?
Well, first of all, I've noticed a lot of new buildings coming up, noticed a lot of gentrification in the community, mostly on the east side of Pilsen, but currently it's a lot of development throughout Pilsen, a lot of condos. I have mixed feelings about that. I know it does help maybe the community or the neighborhood look a little better, but also I feel, it chases away families who've lived here for many years.
As we've talked with people here in Pilsen, time and again, people talk about the changing face of this neighborhood. They talk about the development that's going on here. And you can see a lot of evidence of that, especially along this stretch of Halsted, which is really home to a vibrant arts district. If you look north here along Halsted, you'll see the UIC campus, which has expanded south of Roosevelt Road in recent years. You'll also see new condominiums, loft developments, and other buildings. All of that is raising questions about who this neighborhood is for and what the neighborhood's future really holds.
My name is Arturo Cortez, and I have been living in Pilsen since 1979. And I work in Pilsen. I have my own business since 1989. I came to Pilsen because Pilsen has been a door for the immigrants since 1965. So my parents came here, and actually we didn't want to leave. He was going to buy a house in the suburb, take us over there, and we say, nope, we're not leaving. So actually we have, we didn't want to move.
And tell me about your business. What do you do here at Pilsen Studio?
Okay, I'm a professional photographer. We do weddings and cotillions. We have our own lab and video department. And we have been very successful up to now.
You say up to now, what's going on?
Well, actually, right now things are changing. A lot of our clients, they're moving out from Pilsen. They're going to the south side. And a lot of business owners on 18th Street, we're having a hard time because I used to have 6 employees. So now, we're down to 3, and that's... I actually never fire anybody. They knew that, there was no work.
And if you could give the next alderman, whoever he or she may be, one piece of advice or one priority, what would you tell them to do?
I will tell them that, I think it's not fair for somebody to come and build a condo, and then I have to pay because he came and built that condo. I mean, anybody's welcome. Anybody's welcome to come and do even a 10-story building. I don't mind. And if they have the money, that's fine. But they should see that the people around on the block shouldn't get taxed just because somebody came and built a new building. And one of my brothers, he told me, Arthur, I ain't going to pay no $5,000 in Pilsen. I'm moving out to the suburb where my daughter can have a yard. And that hurt my feelings because I'm like, then we're not going to be together. Then if he moves, then I'm going to be the next one moving out, Even though we have these parks that they're rebuilding and they look nice for our kids, but I mean, who's going to enjoy them? That's my question,